greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that.
Well, I want to be a race car driver someday. It's a great sport. It's all I've ever known, racing.
You want a great team? You gotta build it. Piece by piece. Start with a few natural-born leaders. Then you need some old vets who've seen it all, and a few youngsters just getting started. Tough cookies who don't back down from nothing. And some pranksters to keep everyone loose. You need those strong but silent types. And a few not-so-silent types.
This is my show! My show!
Those with chips on their shoulders and ice in their veins. And a few who do anything to win. You find a cast of characters like that, you've got yourself one hell of a team.
Doing one heck of a burnout here tonight.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shop Talk Live.
He definitely deserves it.
Season 3, episode number 17.
I believe you've caught up with our third place finisher, Chris Carroll.
We're joined tonight. Packed house here in the shop.
Chris Carroll, you got Sam and Terry up here. You got us.
Hi.
Savage
Yeah,
Judge,
I got you, bud.
Blue Machine, but
Matt, hell of a run out of that 99 tonight, but you just couldn't get the strategy down for them tires. I guess Dalton outdone that with all you guys
so we don't know when Chris is going to be back.
Yeah, he needed a caution with about a 5-lap span, and he got it there and took advantage of it. It was. I think we had the strategy, Terry. I think we had the strategy to beat there. I think we'd have had quite a lead at the end if it came down to it. But you know how cautions are, and he ran a good race.
The broadcast is playing.
Well, congratulations on that 99. Who you got to thank
I can
on
hear it on
bud?
Facebook. You can hear.
Always got to thank USAFirearms.com with Brian Zimmerman and all my teammates out there, all the guys that work hard to put this league on. And I always forget band racing videos. I always forget Savage Edge, and always got to thank Tanner Marr. I always got to thank all the boys that work hard on our team to help each other get better, and Five Kings and everybody that he's the reason I'm in this league. So got to thank all my friends and family and all my teammates out there.
I don't understand how it's playing. I don't have
Welcome to Shop Talk.
Yeah. All right, we'll just keep going.
This is what happens next week.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I think Chris is coming back. All right, let's go on with
Dalton doing one heck of a burnout here tonight.
We've got to
at Vegas.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it.
got to figure out how to mute the.
Well, Terry, I believe you've caught up with our third place finisher, Chris Carroll.
Is it still? Can you guys still hear the broadcast?
Chris
I tried
Carroll,
to tell you that, but
Terry
apparently I was frozen.
Yeah, I got you. But
Matt, hell of a run out of that 99 tonight, but you just couldn't get the strategy down for them tires. I guess Dalton outdone that with all you guys tonight.
I don't know. I just lost.
Yeah, he needed a caution within about a 5-lap span.
All right, driver number 76.
It was. I think we had the strategy, Terry.
I think we had the strategy
to
Rick
beat
Thompson.
there. I think we'd have had quite a lead at the end if it came down to it. But you know how cautions are, and he ran a good race.
Oh,
I know congratulations on that 99. Who you got to thank on there tonight, bud?
I was going to thank USAFirearms.com with Brian Zimmerman and all my teammates out there, all the guys that work hard to put this league on. And I always forget
it's just Chris Carroll's interview over and over and over again.
All right, we're good now. Everything's fixed. All right, let's go. The man, the myth, the legend. Driver number 46, Fred Thompson. How's everybody tonight? I've been better.
Doing great.
Welcome to the shit show, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.
So, Corey, you got everything going again there?
Yeah, we're good.
We're trying to give you time to get everything straight over there.
Yeah, we're good now.
Broadcast is off. Sounds like we can hear everybody.
Yeah, it was No, I discipline. No, what it was I record like the full standings at the top, and I forgot to mute it when I recorded it. I usually mute it when I record it, so that's what you guys were hearing. But it'll be fixed now. Yep, we're back from Vegas. That was a fun one.
Back from Vegas.
Yeah, you guys win anything at the casinos?
I did not. I gambled a little bit, and it did not work.
Yeah, I did too. Fred, you win anything? Play some penny slots or something?
No, the only thing I ever got was, they don't play quarters anymore.
Oh,
that's all I'm good. That's all I'm good for.
Yeah, it's all like penny machines, but you have to bet like $15 to max bet them.
That's about right.
All right, I got all the results pulled up now. I put it over that, so we're gonna move it over here. All right, so here we go. 170 laps. One green, white, checkered. 11 leaders, 22 lead changes, 5 cautions for 19 laps. Dalton Kilroe takes home the victory. Mike Hamlin in second. Chris Carroll brings up the podium in third. And Chris Carroll led the most laps with 67. Fastest lap was by Dustin Ping, 30.614. Damn, he was flying. And we had a three-way tie for most incident points. Mark Arthur, Bradley Hollifield, and Mike Bassingill. That's fun.
So you got Mark.
He's in good company there.
Yeah.
Mark was a wrecking ball last night. I didn't even want him near me. I'm like, get away from me, Mark.
Yeah, he was in rare form. He was basically, I'm going to get my tires and come up there and wreck your ass.
And then yelling at everybody. I was laughing. He was yelling at both Corys. I'm like, what in the hell's going on with Mark tonight?
Well, the thing was, I was coming up on fresh tires. He even said in the Discord later, he's like, oh yeah, I saw you running up on me from the turn before. Well, I went to go high to go around him. He comes up high. I'm like, all right. So I dip down low. He starts dipping down low. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And we doored a little bit, and I got a little sideways, but we saved in. He had some choice words, and I had some too. I told him the whole fucking line.
He got mad at me for taking it 3 wide between, I think it was, I'm trying to remember who it was now. I think Mike Hamlin was one of them, and somebody else. I don't remember who the other person was, but yeah, they basically opened up this huge ass gap, and so I just shot right between the two of them. And Mark's behind me going, "Oh, that's really smart doing it on lap 50." I was like, "Oh, it was like either do that or wait 3 more laps for them to figure out who was going to be faster."
Yeah. Let's talk about you guys a little bit. What you, Rick and Fred. You guys don't know, father-son combo, Speed Mafia team, Racing Blazing Pedals. I think Fred, you're a little bit younger than Terry. Is that what it is, or?
Well, I'm 77. I don't know how old Terry is.
Oh yeah, I think you are a little bit younger than him. So why don't you guys both talk about how you guys started Speed Mafia? I know we had you on before. I think it was like our first season, but got a lot of new fans watching now. So how you guys started Speed Mafia? How you guys started sim racing?
Probably Rick will have to tell you a little bit of how it started, because I came in after the fact.
Well, tell them how you started, Dad.
Yeah.
Well, I've always enjoyed racing ever since I was a kid. My dad used to take me to the races when I was about 8 years old, but I've always enjoyed it. And then Rick told me that they were into iRacing or whatever it was at that NASCAR, whatever it was at that time. And he invited me to try to come in on it. And I thought, well, what the heck? Let's go for it. I like trying to stay busy. I always wanted to race when I was younger, but never had a chance to. But this was a way to get into it really cheap. And he was more than willing to offer me the opportunity to get into it. So I've enjoyed it very much. I'm way too old, too slow. The reflexes aren't there. And he told me the other day, he said, all you do is race to get out of people's way. And I guess to some degree that's true. but I've actually managed to lead a race or two a little bit at Daytona.
Yeah.
You race in your comfort zone and what makes you enjoy it. Because I get lectured by the boys to race harder and stop getting out of the way. I'm like, I want to be respectable, but it's fun to lead every now and then.
It is. I enjoy it very much, and I'm going to try to keep doing it as long as I can, as long as Rick keeps me up to date on the technology.
Yeah,
he came over here this afternoon and had to do a whole bunch of stuff to my computer to even get me to the point where I could do this tonight.
Yeah, we witnessed that at the beginning. I had to move them down to the Shop Talk Live channel and knock their cameras off. I was like, uh-oh, because Fred was sitting in here for a while with his camera on. You can see him walking around in the background and stuff. And yeah, it's I think Rick, he's a little bit easier to work with Aaron. They both got the same. They know about the computers about the same, but Backover yells a lot more and gets frustrated a lot more.
Yeah, Fred's not as mean when you're trying to explain something as Aaron is.
Fred's not mean.
I worked for NASA for like 35 years, and
oh shit! Let's talk about that.
At the time I started working there, they were walking around with slide rules in their pockets and pocket protectors, and we didn't have computers then. Shoot, that's something that was learned way after the fact. What little bit I did learn.
What do you do at NASA?
Originally, I went in as an apprentice, and I was a machinist. That's what I was trained as, and I wound up going through that, and then I ran the apprentice program for several years, and then I was in management by the time I retired.
Nice.
That is awesome.
So where do they hide the aliens?
Somewhere out in the desert. They never showed
me. They never took you on that tour?
No. I did get to see John Glenn get launched into space the last time he went, but that was about it.
Oh, that's still cool. That's awesome, man.
He didn't tell you. He also built some of the parts that went on the space shuttle.
No, you didn't say that. Jeez.
Yeah, I did. I got one thing that's on the moon, and I got one thing that's on the Mars.
Holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
Awesome. We literally fall asleep almost every night to sci-fi episodes of like
science episodes. How the universe works.
Yeah, it's space's deepest secrets. Like fall asleep every night watching that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
You figure I know everything about space, but I don't learn anything.
He just looks at the bright pictures.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, look, stars. I think Mike Rowe narrates some of them, and his voice just puts me to sleep.
Yeah, he does all that, but he doesn't know how to update his computer. He doesn't know how to do any of that stuff.
I got some parts on Mars, but this iRacing shit, that's for the birds.
Hey, listen, all it is one small part that was probably for a camera or something like that, that was made. And
so important part.
Well, I don't know how important it is or isn't, because they never actually showed me where it went. They said, here, make this. I made it, and it was sent in, and to my knowledge, it was used.
Nice.
But when I first went to work there, to show you how the technology was, I was working in what they call the training and education department at that particular time with the apprentice program, and I had like maybe 200 apprentices. And they came in and told my boss, they said, they put a computer on his desk and they said, you need to learn how to use this. You got 90 days to start getting started. 90 days later, they came back. He hadn't even turned it on. And so they came back again another 90 days later. Same thing. Finally, they told him, you either learn how to do it or you're gone. He retired. So that's the way it worked.
Where did he think it was going to go? Like, you had to learn it.
He had enough time to retire, so he just retired. And it was a slow process. We thought we were going to learn how to use metric type systems, but we wound up going right back to the same stuff we'd always used, like 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch instead of millimeter type stuff. So take one step forward, 2 steps backwards after you spend all kinds of money to get it to work.
Sounds like the government.
Yeah, it does.
All right, Rick, want to tell us how your Team Speed Mafia got started?
Yeah, sure. So let's see. I was active duty in the Air Force at the time, and I got stationed out in Korea, and I met Brad there. Brad was active duty in the Air Force. We both were stationed there at the same time, and I just started hanging out with him, and the next thing I know, I found a copy of, I think it was NASCAR Racing 2002 or something like that. It was before the last one. I think it was maybe even 99 or something like that. But I was like, oh, that looks cool. Let's, try it out. We started racing around for a while, found out that there was some online leagues and stuff, so we started getting into that. And next thing you know, that was like maybe 2000, 2001, somewhere around there when that happened. And 22 years later, I'm still racing with Brad, and that's why I'll never not have him on the team, because he's been there from the start. It's the reason why I got in there. But all of us are military people that have all worked with each other in some way, shape, form, or fashion. John worked with Brad while they were both active duty. I think they were both at, I want to say, Barksdale, his Air Force Base, is where they knew each other. Casey was stationed with Brad in Alaska, and then Casey got stationed at Langley, and I met him there. So Casey was also active duty with all of us at one time, and then Joe was active duty with Casey, and so Casey brought Joe in, and we've always, we've just known each other for so long, at this point, that it's kind of like, we know that everybody's fast, but we all have fun hanging out with each other. And
that's what it's all
it
about.
is.
I didn't work with any of them.
they just brought you along because you're so good.
Oh yeah, exactly. I was like, I got to bring my dad in. I mean, so basically,
I did retire from the Air Force Reserve.
Yeah, so all of us were in the Air Force at one point, is what it was.
Oh, okay. So Fred, I know you know the number to this. I'm sure you got it written right next to you. How many times have you beaten Rick in the Blazing Pedals race?
Yeah, I've got that down pat.
He has beaten me.
Zero?
No, he has beaten me. He has beaten me before.
When?
Usually when I get wrecked.
When he rage quit.
Oh, okay. If he's still running, he's ahead of me usually.
I figured you had that.
I think that was one time too. I got kicked out, I got lost connection or something, and I came back and I almost caught him, but I think I finished right after him.
Rick, does he?
But it happens every once in a while.
Does he talk a lot of shit to you if he's close to you on the track?
No, he doesn't he won't say anything until after the race is over.
Oh.
Once the race is over, that's when he brings it up. He goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, I finished ahead of you. Did you see that?"
Where did you finish? Oh, I did way better.
And then he tells my mom afterwards too. He goes and tells her so that she can talk to me about it when I see her.
She always says to me every time at the end of the race, when I go back in the living room, she says, "Did you win?"
Do you always say yep?
Yeah, I've tried that a few times, but she don't go for it anymore.
She's like, turn on the broadcast. I don't believe you. So, Fred, what are you using for wheel and pedals and stuff over there?
Well, I've got a Fanatic wheel, and I got Fanatic pedals, and Rick gave this stuff to me.
Oh,
I'll tell you what he has.
All right, what's he have, Rick?
All right, so he's got a Fanatec or Fanatic, however you want to say it. He's got the older version of the now I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's the belt drive one. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, the 2.5.
Yeah, the 2.5. That's the one he's got. And for pedals, he actually has some older Husingfeld pedals.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Those were my old ones. So he's got basically at the one that he's at now. He's got two computers. So he's got two setups. He's got one because he's got two houses. So he's got a house in Utah, and he has a house in North Carolina. And so the house in Utah, he's got a completely different setup than the one he's got in North Carolina. But the North Carolina one is basically, you remember when I was doing racing from like my RV for a while? So he's got basically the setup now in North Carolina that I gave him basically my whole setup that I was using in my RV. That's the one he's running now.
Nice. Look at Fred balling. I got two. I'm going to my Utah rig. That one runs better. That's my super speedway rig.
Actually, this one works better than that one does in Utah.
But yeah, so like he has two computers that I have to help him keep updated, which is why I use TeamViewer a lot with him. And yeah, he's got two wheels and pedals and all that stuff. He's got some older stuff too. Like he's got a Logitech G25 sitting somewhere in one of his closets, I think, as an emergency wheel.
Oh, he's got backups too. Nice. Let's get into the recap of Vegas. We'll start with you, Fred. How'd your night go last night?
I never was up front with anybody, but I had a lot of fun and thought I was doing pretty good till we had the problem with the, I think it was like 50 laps to go, and the, what do you call it? The internet?
Jamie Walker.
Well, yeah, you keep talking about Jamie Walker, but he was very nice. He came on and apologized to me. He said, I don't know whether I did it or not.
Yeah.
And according to what the guy who was monitoring everything, he said that we actually didn't touch. But it was enough. It took me out anyway. And then I got going the wrong way. So by the time I got back out, I was like an additional couple of laps down from what I should have been. But I had fun last night. I always have fun.
Let's see. Where did you finish? 26th? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I finished 26th. I think I started.
You started 29th.
29th.
Did I?
Yeah, there was 36 people in the race too. You kicked some boys' asses last night.
Yeah, after they left.
Oh no, there's.
You gotta finish first before you finish first. You first must finish.
Exactly.
That's part of the reason why I drive slower. I first must finish.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, right, Fred?
That's what I try to do.
Well, not only that, he runs on our Wednesday league and ASRL. He runs the road courses out there too, and he does pretty good on that too. Staying out of honestly, he does really good staying out of the way, but he also like stays on the track for the most part of it too, running road courses and sports cars and stuff like that, which is harder than it looks. I mean, I'm sure anybody who wants to try it, it's not easy.
Yeah, we'll have you talk about that. We'll do the recap first, then we'll talk about ASRL. So one of you guys talk about that. Rick, let's see, what did you do last night? Started 18th, finished 12th. Tell us about your race.
Higher than Chris Berg.
Chris Berg did race.
Well, I finished higher than
him. And you're also president of his fan club too.
Exactly. That's why I know. But yeah, so I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to remember how I showed up. I was slow to begin with. And I basically found out real quick I needed to figure out how to not burn up the right front tire on the car. And so also because I think everybody had to do a double stint at some point last night, at least I did. And so I did the first little run. I got caught up in that first bigger wreck that happened. I think it was like 15 laps in or something like that, 10, 15 laps. And I got damaged from that. And so I decided to do a little bit of a Corey Sherman.
Whoa.
And so I took my tires the first time I pitted instead of double stinting the first time around. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll, lap the whole field like Corey. Well, that didn't happen. So it didn't work out as well for me as it did for you.
Yeah, that's tough to do. I couldn't believe I did that and almost pulled it off, but I've been tempted to try it again. I've done it like once where I took tires instead of double stinting the first one. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Everybody's gonna be so much faster, so I'll double stint that set.
Yeah. So I did that, and I ended up double stinting kind of in the middle of the race. Was running around with I think Corey Sutphin, which I think was one of the picks from Track Talk or whatever it was that they do right beforehand. And so I was like, okay, and I'll get into that here a little bit, how my philosophy is on that thing. You guys already know. But
we'll get into that too a little bit later.
We'll get into that too a little bit.
Everybody's asking so many questions out there.
Yeah. So I ran my race and tried to just stay on the lead lap, stay out of trouble. Ended up, I think I finished 11th or 12th, something like that. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't where I wanted to be. I've been trying to finish top 10. I got to keep the number 3 car behind me in the points now that I moved ahead of him. It's getting close, man. You're right there.
Yeah, but then I saw there's like 114 to the next spot up, so I'm like, all right, so it's just me and Rick fighting in this little level.
Basically.
Amanda,
yeah,
how was your race?
Well, I got in the first 2 accidents.
Let me see what did you do. Amanda started 26th, finished 21st.
Yeah, that first accident, my brakes were locked up. Got into the back of him, got a 4X. Second accident, Aaron got in the back of me. His brakes locked up, got a 4X. I was like, well, fuck me. I'm already at 8 out of 12 incident points. Now I have to be extra careful or I'm going to max out and have to do a drive-through. So I started being a little more careful. So I've been having problems with my wheel the last few months because I'm on my backup wheel and I have to calibrate it every time I get into any type of session. It was like a boat. During all of practice, like there was no force feedback, no strength to it whatsoever. So I'm like, well, I'll go to a 10-1. At least it makes the wheel have a little bit of stiffness to it. Well, as soon as we gridded up, it came back to life, and the 10-1 was not good because I was on ice at the end of the double stint, and I think Taylor was the only one who had worse tires than me that I know of. It was down to like an 8 and a 9% and like a low 20s on the right front. But I spent another night racing Larry Bell, like on the same fucking lap, me, Ty, and Larry. But it was all right. I had fun doing it, but it would have been nice to have some more people on my lap to fight. Because again, I move over and let the leaders go. I'm not going to be a dick and obstruct them racing each other. And when you do that at tracks like that, next thing you know, 3-4 leaders go by and somebody on your lap. You're like, well, shit. So. All in all, it was all right, but I don't know. Got to figure out tire wear there a lot better than I did.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. I'll talk about my race a little bit. So I did a practice earlier in the day, and after one stint, I was at 55% on my right front. I was like, well, this is no good because I got a double stint a set. So you want to know what I did, Rick?
What'd you do?
I watched a video online. Makoni Setups video did a fix there for the season 3 update or whatever, and I watched that video. I changed my steering ratio to that. I was 80% after the first stint.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's not bad.
And I think I was 33 after the double stint, but yeah, I had no real short run speed there. I was more long run. I was saving my tires pretty good, and I started out on Chris Carroll's fuel strategy. I'm like, well, he wins a lot of races. I'm close to him. I'm just going to do what he does. So I followed him for most of the race. And then we had some cautions come in and he pit and I stayed out. I got the lead and Jamie was out. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do what Jamie does now, which I figured out kind of what Jamie was going to do because we were going to run it out and then pit with like 20 to go and then be good for the rest of the race. And then we got that late caution, which screwed us because we were a lap down, and then we got the green white.
Yeah.
We got the green white checkered one, and then I was able to get back up and started 10th, finished 6th. Car felt great once I changed those things. I might have to find some more videos from those guys. Hopefully they got one from Darlington for me. I changed my.
I feel like the last caution like really helped like Dalton out. And because he had those tires to go.
Oh, yeah.
Philip wasn't happy about that last caution.
Well, the funny thing is, so I pit Jamie pit. Then I followed Jamie in, and then Philip came in behind us. This was with about 20 to go. Well, he came in the lap later. Well, he came out in front of me. So now I'm racing Philip. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is for the banner right now. And Philip started pulling away from me. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, Philip? I thought you were that fast.
Philip was quick last night.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He's been quick a lot lately.
And
just having issues with things that happen around him.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, he's really been good lately, and I've been racing with him a lot.
Yeah.
Lately. And crazy thing with Philip is, I don't know if he told you this, but like I used to race Philip like before he was with you guys, and like
he was in
ASRL a long time ago.
Yeah, because I remember when we joined ASRL, he was in there, and then we invited him. He got in the practice races, which like 5 people showed up, but Philip like crashed out like 5 laps in and stayed in the whole fucking race. We're like, yeah, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, Philip and I go back a ways, so like it's always I always have fun racing with him. But it's just amazing to me, like friendships you make in the game that continue to move on. My wife is over here taking stuff.
Yeah, so that bummed me and Philip out because I think I was actually talking to Chris Carroll about this. I think it was last night. We were talking about the different strategies, and he said he's like, "Oh, you, Jamie, and Philip are on the right strategy." So, and then Philip got tangled up with Fred, and I passed him. I was hoping there's no cautions because I was like, "Oh man, this could be for the win." Like me and Philip, if everybody else has to pit one more time, and we already got new tires and we're going. So, but it didn't work out. Got a 6th place. You know what? I looked at my stats. I don't have one top 5 this season. Can you believe that?
Yeah. I actually can't believe that. You've been up there a little bit. No, honestly, like you've been quick on a few tracks, like, but some of them the one where I was talking about before, where you lapped everybody, I was like, for sure, like Corey's gonna run away with this thing. There's no way.
Yeah,
too. There's been a couple races where you've been up there,
and I'm like, I think this is only my 2nd top 10 for the year.
Really? Yeah. That can't be right.
I'll check right now.
Nah, you gotta have more than 2.
No, I don't think I do. Let's see.
Well, then that's
He's
why
been in a lot of accidents and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, first three or 4 races of the season, I was awful.
That's what I was looking at. You have 2 top 10s this season. I have 2 top 5s. I have 0 top 5s and 5 top 10s.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's pretty good. So let's move it on. Chris Legoo, crew chief of the number 45.
Yeah, buddy.
You guys raced last night. That's why you were missing. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, 40 laps at Thunder Road, and we started 15th, finished 8th, but that really doesn't tell a story of how good the car has been lately. And it has been really, really good lately. We've got a win. We've got a 3rd. Our handicap going into the next race is going to be quick math. Hold on. 10. What's 11 divided by 4?
Like 2 something?
2.8.
Yeah, that's our handicap. That sucks. Basically, that means we're going to be starting at the end of the field and have to work our way through all of the traffic.
You're going to Grunberg everybody?
Well, you guys have seen the racing there. It's really tight and by design, right? And it's tough to pass. So it's going to be tough to pass. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We definitely have a car that can win on any race day at this point. So it's just a matter of getting there.
Oh yeah, we've watched from the races that we've watched. Like we watched Thursday night when you guys took home that podium, and that car was fast.
Yeah. The funny thing about that night is we could have won that one. He didn't want to pass Cam because he's had such a bad year. He wanted him to have a nice 2nd place finish, so he just stayed in 3rd.
I was watching him, and it looked like he was getting like a tiny bit loose or something when he was trying to make a pass. I wasn't quite sure, but I'm like, he looks like he's settled in the 3rd and was like, I'll be happy with the podium. So you could tell for some reason he laid off trying to make the
backed
pass.
out.
Yeah, because he fucking came flying up to the front. And then I'm like, all right, he's battling 2nd. I'm like, well, look, he's catching 1st. He's going to pass both of them. And all of a sudden, he just started falling back. I'm like, Oh, maybe he burned his stuff up.
Nope. And to guarantee you that we didn't, we used the same tires 2 more weeks. So we definitely have, and we're gonna use the left sides 1 more week.
Oh boy. Mark Arthur's and hell yes, Iceberg a guest.
Here we go.
So I guess we'll get into that a little bit. Yeah. So we were in Discord last night, and Rick, why don't you tell the story of what happened?
Well, it actually happened before Discord last night. It happened the last few weeks. Every time that little show that they have right before, I think it's Track Talk, right? Is that
the little show
that Tanner and Mark do right before we go into the server?
It's about 10 minutes long.
Yeah, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate that they do it, and I watch it. And I did watch what. I'll get into that anyway here in a second. But the last few weeks I've been watching, and everybody picks Chris Berg every single week. The last 3 weeks, somebody has picked Chris Berg every week. And my understanding was that once you pick somebody, they're not able to be picked again.
It bothers him so much.
But yet he gets picked every week. How has this happened? That's what I want to know. I want to know how, if someone can't be picked, that they continue to be picked. And so I was like, you know what? That's fine. Continue to. And so I said something about it, and it morphed into what it has become, and now I'm the president of the Chris Berg fan club.
Well, did you say that everybody they pick you're like, everybody you guys pick, I beat by like fucking 10 positions.
I do. Look, every time they pick somebody, I take it personally. I'm like, okay, they don't want to pick me. That's fine, no problem. I'm just gonna beat them. I'm just gonna beat them every week. I'm gonna beat everybody
in his room, all angry, like fuck him. Don't pick me.
Fuck Chris Berg.
Well, I mean, I want respect from my fellow drivers. These are my fellow drivers out there. They're like, oh, we're picking people that we think are going to do well, and we got the best of the rest or whatever. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't feel this good about myself, but I feel like I'm a decent driver out there. I feel like I do all right. But I never get picked.
Yeah.
But and then Mark, to his credit, Mark said he picked me one time, which he did. And guess what? I won when he picked me.
Oh.
Chris Berg is gonna be watching this, be like, what did I do? Why is everybody?
What is this guy hate me?
Yeah, why does Rick hate me? Why is everybody picking on me?
I have nothing against Chris Berg. I'm sure he's a great guy. I got nothing against him. He's a great driver. But they're all like, oh, well, Chris Berg won his first race out. He must be amazing. Must be amazing. He won the first race. One race. One race, and he's amazing. Guess who's won more than one race? This guy. You penis, Mark.
Yeah. Tanner, if you're watching this, or Taylor, you better fucking pick Rick Thompson. One of you better go first and just pick Rick for Darlington.
He's just wrecking all of you next week at Darlington.
He's gonna drive so angry next weekend.
I just like literally whoever they pick. I'm like, all right, that's who I want to beat this week. That's the list of who, and just lately it's always been Chris Berg.
Read Mark's comment.
That's not true. He was an option. He was an option.
So he picked you.
No, he didn't. Did he start? Oh yeah, he did. That would have been the second race because I think he started Michigan. And he won Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to have picked him then, the race after he won one, his first one, then maybe I get it. But how many races has he showed up to? Loyalty, Mark, loyalty.
But Mark did say last, and I can actually pull it up right now. Where is Chris Berg in the points?
Sam pushed me to the win at Darlington. That's who pushed. But I won it more than just Daytona. I won at other racetracks too.
Well, I mean, let's see here. Chris has 6 starts and 6 top 10s. So
yeah, okay, so we're gonna bring this up again. All right. So, yeah, I know. Bring up his stats. We're gonna talk about how amazing he is, how he's got a better average finish.
Don't worry, Rick. And Cyber Thunder, I had 6 starts, 6 wins, so that was pretty good.
There you go.
You still didn't win the championship.
I let them run their championship. I could have won it. It was at Rockingham.
I think that should be the rule, Mark. Every week, somebody should pick. The rule is someone has to pick Chris Berg every week. You guys just alternate between the 3 of you, like you've done the last 3 weeks. Everybody just keep. Okay, is it my turn to pick Chris Berg? Yes. Okay.
No, you hit him last week. He's mine. Oh shit. Well, let's tell us what about this little league you got, ASRL. Not little, it's pretty big. And
yeah, it's it's actually one of the older leagues. It's the league that when I was talking about back in when I was in Korea, that's the league that Brad and I actually joined when we first started racing in NASCAR 2003, and we just been in it for so long that I got to the point where the guys that were running it didn't want to run anymore. Kind of like, I think Mark took over Blazing Pedals from somebody. I don't remember who it was that he took it over from, but it's kind of like the same kind of deal. Like the guy that was running it. Oh, Jesus, here we go.
You probably get a lot of sponsors if you did.
Oh, but anyway, so I took it over from that guy and started running it for a while, and then like that's how I know Philip, because he started racing with us, and we did a lot of broadcasts and things like that. And when we kind of swapped over from NASCAR 2003 to iRacing, we started to lose a lot of attendance because a lot of our guys were guys that liked the NASCAR 2003 game more so. They didn't really want to get into the iRacing, and so it kind of died out for a little while, but now we're just trying to bring it back. And Corey has done a really good job helping me out with it. We've tried some other things, like when you guys were coming over and helping and driving some of the stuff as well in the past. Now we're doing a Wednesday night sports car championship league, basically, where we're doing multi-class. We do like GT4s and GT3s, and we're doing smaller season links so that, you know, we can work around stuff. We got some drop races in there, and it's been really fun. We've had really good turnout lately. Dad, like I said, Dad does it, and you know, Corey's done a great job, and we've really been boosting some attendance. And so hopefully if anybody out there is interested in trying something different, doing some road courses on some sports cars and some GT3 or GT4 cars, look us up.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a good time.
So Fred, what do you like better, the ovals or the road courses?
I'm definitely better with the ovals. I detested the road courses at first, but I thought I need to learn how to do that stuff. So I jumped into it and find that I actually enjoy it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got into the sports cars too much. No, we did the 24 hours at Daytona. I think that's the only time I've really run those. I like running the F3 cars a lot better than the sports cars, but winter's coming, so a lot of time to be inside and doing a lot of iRacing.
The thing that threw me off was we went to Rick, I don't remember which car it was, but there was we were driving from the right seat instead of the left seat. And boy, that really messed me up. And,
you didn't like that?
No.
he was in the supercars for a little bit. We were trying them out for some testing to see if it was going to be something people were interested in.
Yeah.
And we ended up not going to it for the season, but that's the one he's talking about, was the supercars.
Oh, that's funny as hell. Let's take a look at the point standings, how they shaked up after Vegas here.
Oh,
yeah. Here's your top 10. Chris Carroll still remains in first. No movement there. TBB still in second. Dalton Killero up 1 to third. Cody Gibson down 1 to fourth. Cody wasn't there last night. Derek Paulson remains the same in fifth. Mark Arthur stays the same at sixth. Jamie Walker up 2 to 7. Look out for Jamie. Paul Ellison remains the same in eighth. Stephen T. Johnson down 2 to ninth. And Andrew Poliski remains in 10th. But the big battles, 14th and 15th. 5 point difference. Then 144 to Brian Dees.
Yeah, basically. And look who's in 34th. Chris Berg.
Chris Berg, 34th position.
I mean, look, and I'm even better than Chris Berg in the points. Come on.
Yeah, people should be picking Amanda.
Yeah.
Oh man, we had him on the show too, and he's not gonna understand. He's gonna be like, "What?"
He's so nice
Yeah.
too.
I know, like again,
What
I
the
have nothing
fuck
against
is-
Chris Berg. He's a super nice guy. I remember watching the show with him on it. Seems like a super awesome dude. Like it's just it could have been anybody's name that came up that day. Like really, it just happened to be his.
Yeah, look at me, up 3 points to 15th, back in the playoffs.
Yeah, again, you were on the bubble last week, right? You were
I was in 18th last week.
Yeah.
There's quite a few spots where like 2 points, 9 points, 5, 2, 6, 8,
Oh, yeah.
9, 1. Like there's a lot of spots that could be had so
Oh yeah,
easily too.
still one bad race, and I could drop right back out because you saw what I did last night. I had a 0x. I led a lap and finished 6th. I jumped up 3 from 18th, so I could finish 36 next week, and somebody down below me could finish 6th, and they'd be right back in front of me.
Yeah, John is only like 2 points back from Josh in the last spot, and then you're only 5 back from me in the 14th and 15th. So I mean,
I do like that.
Corey could jump up in there too.
Yeah, I do like that 42-point gap I got.
Yeah, we need it. Trust me.
Yeah.
I was for a while there. I was sweating for a little bit.
Me and Rick are working as a team now. Like, all right, come on, have a good finish. We both got to get in.
I'm just like, just get into the playoffs, and that's all I care about at this point. Just stay in top 16.
It resets after that. So Amanda stays in 25th. Philip doesn't move either. 19th.
I don't think Phillips moved in like 6 weeks.
I don't think so either.
Well, I tell you, like, so I verified with Mark. I guess last night he said there is a couple drop weeks, and so Philip
2 drop weeks.
Yeah, Philip could jump up like out of the blue. We don't like once you take out a couple of races, it could be anybody up in there. That's why I'm like,
yeah, I have a couple 36s. Does that count?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I have one where I missed a race, and then the Pocono race, I like did a starting part because I thought it was 1 drop week, so I did a start part because I couldn't race that week. And if it's 2, then that'll probably drop off for me.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's definitely 2. It definitely is.
Look at that battle for 30th, though. 1 point separating Aaron Backover and Fred Thompson.
Oh,
I'll get him, Dad.
Get him, Fred.
I will. I'll go get him.
Yeah, wreck him. Wreck him when you see him.
just right on the well, you're gridding up, just rear end them.
Yeah.
Or back into them.
Yeah.
Don't rear end them. You don't want to get front end damage. Just get them behind you and just reverse.
They'll just give him a little bump and say, "I'm watching you, 44 over race comps."
You'd be like, "What the fuck did Fred
You're like,
just say to me?"
"Oh shit, Fred's taking you out."
That's probably a real possibility there. You never know.
That'd be awesome.
All right.
We wouldn't even be mad as his teammates. We wouldn't even be mad. We're like, okay.
I'm just waiting for Talladega.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for Talladega so that I figure if Amanda and Dad are like up anywhere near the front, everybody's gonna be jumping behind the two of them. Like, push them up. One of them win.
What do we do?
that would be insane
awesome.
to watch.
See, my goal is to just even to stay with Amanda most of the time. That would be good.
Oh, I won't thank
Fred,
you.
What's your best finish you've had in Blaze Pedals? Do you know?
Me?
What's that?
Now you make me have to go look, see what his best finish is. I don't remember what his is.
Yeah, I don't know how I could look that up.
Either.
Was those the updated points? The second ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, those were the updated ones.
They announced.
Oh no, those weren't updated.
What? You didn't use the newest ones?
No,
I even
didn't
pointed
even
it out
show
to you right before we came in.
Yeah.
You see how we run our show, Rick?
I mean, we were looping shit for the first 15 minutes, so you can't. You look, I even put up last
Jamie's
week's points.
still in 8th.
Well, then nothing changed.
106 and 2. And where did it go? 108 and -3. So, Mark asked if I want to talk about the rule break. I don't really. Let me get back in T&A. I don't really think it was a rule break. So, what was noticed?
Well, if he got penalized, he broke the rules.
Well, it's to kind of each and owns like opinion on it. But today when I was at work, popped into the admin chat and we're discussing Jamie's biggest mover points. We watched some replays and different things. In the rule book, you have to be within 1 second of the pole qualifying time to be reasonably close and appropriate to get a biggest mover, or hence it seems like sandbagging. And it looked like he let off quite a bit at the end. We don't know if he was having an issue. It doesn't seem like it, but he was, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, about 2 seconds off of the pole qualifying time. And that's inappropriate to get the biggest mover because in the rule book it's 1 second off of it. So we had to remove his biggest mover points.
Yeah.
So that's why you see another set of points out there released.
Makes sense. The rule's the second. If you're over a second, don't count.
2.3. So.
And I have Dad's best finish. I know which one it is now.
What is it?
He actually has 2 13th place finishes.
What? No! Yeah.
Where? One of them was last year. I guarantee no one will guess what track it was at.
So
Dover. I was going to say Bristol.
So Bristol was actually the year before. The last time we were in the Xfinity, he did finish 13th at Bristol, which is surprising to me because now he can't run Bristol because of vertigo. He gets really dizzy when he races Bristol. But he finished 13th. There it is. Mark looked it up.
Sonoma?
That's the only reason why I know it. Yeah.
What?
He finished 13th at Sonoma last year.
Damn.
That's awesome. Congrats.
That is. It's amazing I didn't run off the track.
That's probably why you finished 13th. All us fast dummies just run off the track and the tires and shit.
Race the track, not the other drivers, is what Aaron always yells at me in the car about. He's like, just stay on track and race your own race and just don't overdrive it.
Yeah.
One of my biggest problems, I always get to watching the cars come up behind me, and you can't drive like that. You have to keep looking in the front.
Yeah.
I can't believe you could pull that out of your memory, Mark, because I couldn't. That's for damn sure.
All right. You guys ready to do the top 5 from Vegas?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
We should get some audio, like Mark saying, I'm going to drive up and hit you in the ass next time I get new tires.
Oh, yeah. That would have been good for like a radioactive thing. I'm come wreck you when I get up there. Here we go. T&A top 5. Here we go. Number 5 from Vegas.
5.
Like you said. And there's the cause of the accident right there. Mark Arthur involved with this one. Mike Hamlin, what a save by the number 28. Can we get another angle of that? I mean, it's up into the wall, comes out, and just look at that. That car's wrecked.
That was a fucking sick save.
Everybody doing a good job getting around him. Doesn't look like he got a lot of damage right there.
Too. He really is.
I mean,
he really is.
He's got. It looks like the 18 of
he was fast
Holyfield
before,
just comes up the racetrack.
Fucking
racing got to get my ass.
Consistent.
But we'll let race control figure that one out.
All right. That was number 5. Here we go. Number 4.
4.
Lawson. Let's go back and take a look here. There is contact. Massengill got into the wall, got into Derek Paulson, and collected Sam Lawson. There was no caution for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking racing etiquette, my ass.
Derek was not happy.
Massengill actually got a black flag.
There was some instructions on how to keep it on the wall, I think I heard.
It gets into the
I'll
wall,
put it back on the wall, Derek.
It's supposed to be instructions on how to keep it on the wall.
Nowhere to go for the 24.
All right, here's number 3.
3.
Jason Bauer and Mark Arthur, Kyle Wellman. Oh, wow.
Let's go back and see what happened.
Fucking racing etiquette, my ass.
Paulson.
He spins so much.
Mark involved, Wellman involved. Yeah, big hit for Paulson, man. Oh, man, it looks like Derek kind of comes up thinking that he cleared the 09.
Keep spinning.
I don't know, man. We'll let race control obviously call that one, but I mean, if I had to guess, that's going to be on the
Derek's been
6.
getting some bad luck lately for sure.
Oh, yeah, he has.
And his VR went out. He said afterwards that he had to uninstall Oculus real quick and reinstall it just to get back into the race.
Yeah, I kept seeing him like disconnect or reconnect, disconnect or reconnect. I was like, what's going on with his computer?
All right, number 2.
2.
Well, the incident here, let's see what happened between Phillip and...
Fucking racing etiquette, my ass.
On the 89.
Oh, that's number 12. It's all over the place.
He was a weapon out there tonight.
Yeah, he definitely was a weapon last night.
Poor Phillip at the toe, too, yeah.
Yeah, fucking with all the Corys out there on track. Can't fuck with the cousin Corys. Here's number 1.
1.
Back and take a look. Oh, big pile up here. Ty Morosco problems. I
love
think
it, man.
this
They're just
started up
hitting
a little
everybody.
bit further here.
We're trying to get positions.
No, and why were they still wrecking on the high side? Like, come on, guys.
8 of Sherman.
Well,
fucking racing etiquette, my ass.
This is where it starts. Joshua Rutherford.
Yep,
that's the one that got me.
Rear quarter panel of the number 1 of Ty Morosco.
Yeah, Ty said he tried to clear
down
himself.
the racetrack, and there was a lot of people trying to check up to miss it, but don't think they got through it as quick as they wanted here.
So that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
missed.
teammates.
Yeah.
A lot of net code, a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of accidents. There was only 5.
Yeah,
For the first
Brian
2, they
Dees
didn't even throw
involved there.
cautions,
Heavy front end
and
damage
then
to number 17.
on,
Tom
and Garrett
Morosco
just started
taking the
throwing them manually and
worst of
checked
it, I
that they
believe,
were
in that
on, but...
MFRD number 1 Ford
I
Mustang.
think the reason why I was wondering was because I think Mark didn't get up the session at the time it normally goes up. Like he was doing something or whatever. Maybe you guys were in a meeting or something.
Oh, he was on Track Talk.
Oh, yeah, that show where he was picking Chris Berg. He was picking Chris Berg. That's what he was doing. So yeah, like it didn't jump on like it normally does, and everybody was like, "Oh, maybe he was hurrying or something like that." I mean, which happens to everybody, but
they
why
they came out later on, which was weird.
Yeah, they checked it.
Yeah.
They thought maybe because everybody was down on the apron, but one of them, somebody was coming back up on the track, and it should have thrown a caution, but Garrett got it, and I think that's why there was so much melee afterwards, because everybody's like, wait, is there a fucking caution? Like, why is that not a caution? And people are still hitting each other, calling it out.
Yeah, because that's been happening in the past few weeks. And there's been a lot more netcode too. But Chris, your accident last week, you were swerving in front of people sideways and didn't even throw a caution.
That was more than last week.
2 weeks ago.
I think this is like just race 2 or 3 in a row that I missed. I don't even know.
Oh, well, the race that we did, it was Chicagoland, I think.
Yeah.
That should.
Yeah, I was swerving because I was trying to keep it into the wall, and every time I came off the wall to try and get down into the infield, somebody else was coming. I'm like, no, and I'd crank it back into the wall.
Yeah, but before, like, if you were sideways in front of somebody, you'd throw a caution.
Oh yeah, that was. I don't know. Again, it comes down to I think iRacing needs to fix some issues.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna hand the floor over to Amanda to ask Rick and Fred any questions you want. So I can go pee.
I would like to know favorite tracks to race on and the track that you hate the most. So your favorite track that you look forward to and the one that you're like, oh, I just don't even want to do this.
Go ahead, Dad.
The one I really enjoy, the track we raced at yesterday, the Las Vegas track. I've always seemed to do pretty good there. I like Talladega. I like the bigger tracks, but the ones I dislike the most are the little half-mile tracks that, like Rick said, the last time we tried to race at, what was it, Martinsville, Rick?
Bristol.
I got really sick that day afterwards and wound up throwing up all afternoon from that stuff.
Ooh.
So I just can't do that one anymore.
Yeah, I hate the short tracks in general too, because next thing you know, you turn around and you're like, where the fuck did all these guys come from? And they're just, some of them are so fast at short tracks that it's a bit frustrating.
Well, the problem I have is it happens so fast, I don't even know which end of the track I'm at. It gets confusing to me.
Yeah, I think for me, I really hate Kansas. I hate Kansas with a passion.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that it's one lane and it's all the way up right next to the wall, and like somebody it's very hard to pass, and when you do pass, it's probably because somebody screwed up, and if you're right on somebody's butt and they just happen to just tap the wall, they get that wall suck, and then you slam into their ass, and, and then your race is ruined too at the same time. And so I don't like Kansas at all. But I really, unlike most people, I like the smaller tracks. I like oh yeah, here we go with Mark.
And Cody, you missed a lot. You'll have to just go back, but you'll be voting Chris Berg at Kansas.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so but yeah, I like the smaller tracks a lot. I think Richmond is one of my more favorite tracks. I like Martinsville. I like Bristol. I like the short tracks. I don't know why. I like having to wheel it and figure out ways around somebody else by getting off the corner a little bit better than they do, getting, under them before you get into the next corner. And yeah, I mean, I just tend to finish better at those tracks. I do good at the big tracks, like, the Talladega and Daytona, and I do very well also at California and Michigan, but yeah, Kansas is I hate that track.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody say they hate Kansas.
It's not really. I did it in Next Gen, I think, a couple months ago, and yeah, I struggled at it too.
It's just not fun. Like, for me, it's not. Like, I feel like I don't know, like, I'm probably dating myself when I say this. I feel like I'm Harry Gant or late Richard Petty, where they would drive around the very top of the track, like right next to the wall. Yeah, that's what I feel like when I'm driving to Kansas, and I don't like driving that far right next to the wall, all the way around the track. I don't. So
I don't either. Yeah.
If you're dating yourself, you're dating me too. That's yeah. I remember those days.
Oh yeah. Mr. September. This is September, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. September, Harry. I loved Harry Gant. Handsome Harry.
Handsome Harry.
So the other thing I think I was looking at on the admin side of it, we'll go back to the always fun questions that Terry had. What do you think of BPL this year, and what would you like to see different in the future, or something that you're like, not in love with this, that you haven't put in the suggestion thing maybe?
Go ahead, Dad. You can go first.
I don't know. I just enjoy the racing. I try to get out there and have fun with it, and I don't know that I would change anything at this point. I just like what we do and have fun, and the people I have found for the most part are very good, and I enjoy racing with them.
Nice.
That's the biggest thing about doing this. Like, look at us in T&A. Aaron has one win. He didn't win the other one because he got DQ'd. so in our whole team, we had like 7 on our team at one point. We only had 2 wins, and we just go in there and have a blast every time. And that's what we're basically there for, just having fun with each other. We have a group chat, text to each other all week, and talk shit to each other. It's not really about iRacing, except for, oh, Aaron, there's a Windows update. Your headphones probably aren't going to work. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I think I really like racing with everybody, and I think if I had to change anything, let's see. I honestly, I mean, Amanda knows from when I was still in the admin team, like I'm ready for something different as far as what we drive personally. I know not everybody is, but I feel like I don't really care for the Xfinity cars as much as a lot of people do. And I feel like we've raced the ARCA cars a lot. And so I'm ready just for something
go back
different.
to trucks. Trucks are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, anything, I would be okay with anything as long as it was something different. Is all. Like
or the next gens. Those are fun too.
Yeah, I would really like to try the next gens, but I know Mark doesn't want to. And
it also comes down to like driver vote and admin votes and everything too. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
I know it's not just me, but you're asking me what I would like. So I mean,
heck yeah.
We should go to street stocks.
I would. Ooh, I would hate the trucks, but Chris, what would you do?
You ready?
Yeah.
First of all, we wouldn't race in the summer.
Yes, I agree with
hot.
that. September through April also, because it's crummy weather and we don't get many good months up here, up northeast.
I dig that. Second, let's do a short track series. I dare you.
Oh, I'd love a short track series with like late models or super late models or something. Hell yeah, I'd be all over that.
Fred, I'm sorry, you would not like that.
Dirt. No dirt. Sam, I know you're looking. No dirt.
Fred's
I
like,
barely
screw
made
you
it
guys.
through RFC because it was like a whole bunch of short track racers, and then me going, "Oh, just go by me, guys, go by me." Granted, we ran North Wilkesboro 5 weeks in a row or something, so I got a little bit better there. But I hate short tracks.
Too many days in winter.
I'd be willing to try the short tracks, and see if it makes me sick. I don't know. We'll see. That angle where you go into the corner, where it's got such a almost like a hill that you're running on. Maybe that's what's messing me up. I don't know.
So is it the short tracks with banking? Are you okay on the flat short tracks?
I do all right with Richmond, and some of the others, but that one particular track, it really gets to me with the banking in it.
I think it's because Richmond's so fast and it's so small at the same time that it's like a spin cycle almost. I think if it was flatter, then it slows down a little bit more and it's not as bad on them at that point. But because you're going into the corner so fast at Richmond, not at Richmond, at Bristol, and it's just,
I hate them because I lean so much too,
Bristol
and then
series.
next thing you know, you just have like a knot in your back, a cramp in your legs. You've been leaning over for 3 hours, and because like I'm in the left rig and I'm about falling out in front of the beer fridge over there when I'm doing one of the short tracks with banking.
Well, I'm always almost leading into this right here, and Sam
I can vouch for that because when I watch him when he's racing, he's leaning over big time like he's in the car.
Yeah, Sam likes to always bring up my in-car too because I'm always leaning over in the corners and stuff. It's just what I do. Like I can't help it. It's just how I race.
I used to do that before I got my motion rig and was strapped into the seat. I'd be leaning way over.
You race better that way. I don't know.
Indeed, you do. You definitely do.
Listen, I've got a Mustang seat here. If I lean over so far, I'll fall in the floor.
You have a Mustang seat? I have a Mustang?
Yeah, out of a real car. Rick helped me build this whole rig, and he built the table and everything for it. And we went out to a salvage yard, and the guy just gave us the seat when he found out what we were doing. He says, "Take it and go. Enjoy."
That's awesome.
I tried to do that before I got my motion rig. Me and my buddy went to the salvage yard here, and we were literally there for an hour and a half. I was looking at seats. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like that one, and I decided just to get a motion rig. But yeah, we searched all the sports cars and shit they had in there, but it was always the ones, they were all power and we couldn't get them out because obviously the batteries aren't hooked up.
Yeah, the one he's got is like out of an older Mustang, and we pulled it out because it looked like it was in decent shape, and we brought it up to pay for it, and the guy was like, "Why do you want just one seat?" And I was like, "Well, this is what we're doing." And we kind of told him what we were building it for, and he was like, "Yeah, you could have it." So we were like, "Oh,
That's awesome.
And it cleaned up real nice.
Yeah. Chris, you got any questions for him?
I have a statement.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a statement. Rick, I have seen your commercial now on the broadcast, on Facebook as a commercial, and also on TikTok.
Yeah.
So way to get it out there, man. That's my statement.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. One small business owner to another. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get out there, get going, get it done. Hopefully not everybody's like, I realize everybody that races in the series, like, they're probably sick of seeing it, but if I see one more person that like hasn't watched something, somebody sees it, then it's worth it to me at that point.
I can't do it right now because I think I have to have the music, but I have that phone number memorized. But I have spouted out the phone number a few times.
Well, Mark likes to talk about how I say Southern Shores Realty really fast because when I was doing the commercial, they were like, "We need to do it faster. Go faster. Go faster. Go faster." Because I started out where I was actually like enunciating a lot better, and then finally at the end of it, they were like, "Just do it really fast and really animated." And they were like, "Oh, we really like that one the best." And so like they ended up using that one, of course, where I was like talking really super fast.
I like how handsy you are in it. Like your hands are moving a lot.
Yeah. Buy me shit.
Oh, we know about how Corey likes to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're good for kids.
Kitten holders. That was my line, by the way. I'm like, call him a kitten holder.
Oh, we talked about that for like a year or so. I think we'd just been in Discord drunk fucking talking to people. We were like, yeah, we should do a commercial where it's kind of like an infomercial, but like real Billy cheesy, like you made it in your garage, which I did.
Hey, you know what, Mark? I will sponsor Chris Burke's car. If he'll let me sponsor his car, I will sponsor his car.
Well, you're president of the fan club. You should sponsor his car.
That should be an automatic.
Yeah.
And technically, you're already on his car, too.
This is true. Corey, I'm on everybody's car.
Corey, if I'm able to get there, like I really want to, and it may not be summer, maybe it's going to be fall. If you saw my calendar, you'd be going crazy. But if I get over there, you and I, 1/2 hour live, true infomercial style. We have to have an audience, 4 or 5 people.
We're
going all out.
And go, wow.
Can we have like a showcase where we're like, buy this hat right now? It was $7,500. We're knocking it down to $1,599.
3 easy payments. Come on.
Use easy.
Well, you guys are in New York, right?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys are at?
Yep. We lived in North Carolina I lived in there for 6 years, and Amanda.
I was there 3.
Yeah, she was there 3.
Oh, wow.
I was
down in Raleigh.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. That's not too far.
Yeah, you're in the Outer Banks, right?
Yeah, we're in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, I never made it out there. I only made it down to Wilmington Beach. I never made.
We get a lot of people from New York down here. To be honest with you, like a lot of people. Like I see New York place all over the place down here.
Well, the place I lived in, it was right south of Raleigh, Holly Springs. You know that area, kind of. Well,
I do actually.
When I first moved down there, when 2015? No, we've been here 10 years.
No, we've been here since like 2013.
Oh,
way off.
2013. So I would say I was down there at 2005, 2006. Holly Springs was just farmlands. There was nothing built there. There's a couple subdivisions,
like
and that's
farmlands and like turkey farms and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just a bunch of pine trees. And now it's fucking. We went down last year for my buddy's 50th birthday party, and just the amount of strip malls and housing divisions. I'm like, I don't recognize anything down here anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Rick and I live in a town called Kill Devil Hills, and Kill Devils is what it's a little ice cream type place and stuff, and that's what we use as a sponsor for our car. We just like to eat there.
Yeah.
I don't know where the name Kill Devil Hills came from. It's a weird name because it's, we're right where the Wright Brothers Monument is. We have to go right past it every time we go in or out.
Yeah. Go get your ice cream.
Yeah. You have some beautiful docks. It's 83 degrees right now.
Yeah. So how far away from the main island are you guys in New York? You guys are upstate or?
We're like 5 hours.
Well,
from
there's
city.
like Rochester and Syracuse. We're directly in the middle, right off of Lake Ontario. So Rochester, Syracuse, right off of the lake. So
that's all those lakes up there, isn't it?
Yep, Lake Ontario.
No, that's south of us.
That's south. Yep.
Yeah, Lake Ontario is literally a mile down the road from us, and then we can't go north anymore unless we have a boat.
Yeah,
population of your town, as of the 2020 census, was 7,633 people.
That's it.
Wow. I think we have less.
Yeah.
I think I looked it up. We have like 5,000.
I thought we had like 10.
That's really cool.
I think we go from like 30,000 maybe in the wintertime to like seems like 3 million in the summertime.
6,717 as of 2018. So we're probably at about 7,000 because nobody wants to move to this little fucking apple orchard town.
Jesus,
big money.
We have 17,000 people in our town.
Yeah, we got tiny little town. We live on the good side of the tracks.
Chris lives in the city.
We only have 2 cities in our state. Did you know that? There's some trivia for you.
Burlington,
Rutland, and Burlington.
Oh, I was way off.
Berry City is not actually Berry City.
I was gonna say
they just call it
New York's not a city.
Well, yeah, I'm in Vermont.
Rick's in Rick. Chris Legoo is in Vermont. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in Vermont, and we're 5 hours from the city. We're in upstate. But they call upstate like the Hudson River Valley.
Everything.
We're really upstate.
An hour north.
So I know you guys are both Miami Dolphins fans, all right?
I am.
I grew up a Giants fan, and I married in the Dolphins, so I picked Dolphins players and cheer for them. But I am a Manning fan at heart, and I love Eli Manning with a passion.
Tell them what your
so now I'm
fantasy.
stuck with Daniel.
Yeah, Amanda won our fantasy football league. Tell them what your name is.
2 Mannings, 1 cup. I love the Giants though, and I'll stick by them being terrible for years and years and years so they rebound. But married in the Dolphins and pick some players here and there and get their jersey. Gone to a few games. We were at the Miami Miracle. That was awesome when we were down there with Corey's parents. That was a fun game to go to. But yeah, we love our football here.
Well, I was thinking about going up to Giant Stadium to watch the Redskins play. Well, the Washington Commanders.
You mean the Commanders?
Because I'm a Commanders fan. So I was going to go up there and watch them play the Jets in your stadium on Christmas Eve, but I don't know if I'm going to go up now. I don't know.
Oh, damn. Have you ever been to a football game in the snow at Giant Stadium?
I've never been to Giant Stadium at all. I've been to a lot of stadiums,
brutal,
but I've not been to that one.
Funny they say that. Probably 20 years ago, right after high school, went to a Redskins Giants game there, it snowed like a motherfucker, like a foot, like from tailgating to sitting in the stands. Had the aluminum blankets, like $14 for a beer, and it ended 3-0. I'm like, are you kidding me? We sat through that, and it's freezing out, and it's miserable to go to a winter football game up here. Absolutely miserable.
Who won?
The Giants did not. I remember that. I'm like, we sat through that bullshit and we lost. Yep.
Who's your team, Fred?
I'm a Commanders fan too.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Redskins.
Well, there's a lot of controversy about that.
Oh, yeah.
But believe it or not, they got people who want them to go back to that name again. Oh, look at Rick's thing there.
Yeah.
He's got. Show him your arm, Rick.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Show us those guns.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out, Rick.
It says, hail to the Redskins.
HTTR. Hail to the Redskins.
This world's got so many bigger problems than to care about what a fucking football team name is. Like, come on.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Always going to be the Redskins, no matter what they call them.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, if you do make your way up here, you let us know. Corey said he'll never go back to Bill Stadium, but we ventured down we wanted to go down to Miami for the Giants to play down there, but just timing, and they're expensive as hell. But you come up to the Giant Stadium, we'll try to meet up.
Yeah, for sure. I plan to go up there at some point. My goal is to hit all the stadiums. I don't know if I'm going to ever go to a Buffalo Stadium, but if I do, it's going to be early or late, or very early in the season if I ever do.
He had the balls to screw with him, like all drunk. The Buffalo fans like taunting him, and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" With a whole group of his friends and everything. They're insane. They're nuts.
There's some assholes there. I mean, I met a bunch of fun people that we were funneling beers in the parking lot and shit together, but yeah, we just had some assholes sitting behind us and dealt with them accordingly.
I think, he'll have to tell you the story off air sometime. The things he said and gestured to them, and they're like, "Gross, man, you're messed up." So, yeah.
You got Bill's Mafia to say you were gross.
Yeah,
huh?
Mm-hmm. You gotta come at him like that.
I bet they best did. They were like, "Oh, okay, this guy's crazier than we are."
Whoa, fucking Dolphins fans. Oh shit!
Well, don't the Dolphins never do good in the snow, right? Isn't that the thing that everybody says?
Yeah, they look warm weather.
Well, that's like down there, their new stadium. They built it so the away team has to be in the blazing sun nonstop.
I mean, if I had a team in Miami, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, "Here you go, you guys get the sun."
Yeah,
they all got heat exhaustion.
Yeah, when they built the new stadium, they have it set up perfect. So during an afternoon game, the sun blares on the visitors' side bench, and they're in the shade on the other side.
This is a beautiful stadium, absolutely beautiful, and very comfortable. We went with Corey's parents, like I said, the Miami Miracle, and he felt safe. You could wander around, nobody screaming, nobody yelling. Like even at the Giants games, the new stadium is notorious for people falling off. I think it's the third level because the walls are too low. They've had like three people fall down and get like critically injured because they're too low. You're drunk and you lean over. And but Miami was clean, huge concessions areas, bathrooms every place. The seats were comfortable, and it's probably the best stadium I've ever been to.
Except they wouldn't serve my dad, and my dad just turned 70 this year.
Didn't bring his license.
Yeah, he forgot his ID. They would serve him beer.
He was so pissed, but they would only get us 2 at a time, so he couldn't go up and get like 3 or 4.
Yeah, he had
beers.
to send my mom up to get him beer.
He's like got his cigar. He's like, I'm fucking late 60s, and you won't give me a goddamn beer.
We're like, why wouldn't you bring your ID? I didn't think I needed it. We're like, we're going to a event. You probably need it somewhere.
Did he not have to drive or get on? I mean, he got on the plane, right? Did he?
No, he left it in the car.
Ah, okay. I was like, how did he get to Miami without having his license?
Don't worry about it, Rick. What are you, a cop? Why are you asking so many questions? All right, so we got Darlington coming up this week. Chris, are you going to be joining us this week for Darlington? You guys racing? Do the makeup?
So this Sunday is the Enduro.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am not going to. We have a vet ride that I plan on going to, which is on the other side of the state. That said, I think I'm going to be home roughly around 5:30. So no practice, Chris, for the win. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Fred, you like Darlington?
Yeah, I like Darlington. I've had the opportunity to actually go there in person several times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we always had fun down there. Rick used to pull for Cale Yarborough down there.
Oh, you got any cool stories from Darlington?
The main thing I can remember about Darlington is when we went down there, you always have to be careful because we would camp out and people throw firecrackers in front of you when you're walking down through the areas down there. So you always had to learn how to do a really quick step to get away from it.
What year was this?
Oh, Gad. Last time we went with Rick down there with Cale and Richard Petty put on a real show that day, and
oh yes, that'd be really early.
Oh, Gad. I don't remember. Just too many of them down there. But when we'd go, there was a guy who was the announcer there I think his name was Ray Melton, if I remember correctly, the announcer. And I had met him somewhere else, and he said, next time you go, he said, send me a card, and he said, I'll announce your names for your family. So when we all showed up down there that day, we're a typical family. When we showed up down there, we had, I was pulling for Richard, my wife was pulling for Ricky Rudd, and my oldest daughter was pulling for Richard. Julie, she was pulling for Darrell Waltrip. Rick was pulling for Cale Yarborough, and the youngest child, she was just plain too young to know who to pull for. But we had a lot of fun down there.
Oh yeah.
I remember one thing Rick did there. I don't know whether he'll remember it. He'll remember it though. We got up that morning and we went to go eat breakfast. Yeah. He's just a little guy. And
yes.
we go into one of these little greasy spoon type restaurants, and they come over and take our order, and Rick looks straight at this waitress and he says, "Is this gonna give me diarrhea?"
What? You're like, now I have to leave her a tip.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ah, this fucking kid.
That was funny.
That's awesome.
Shit.
This is what you get when you put. This is what you get when you get a dad and a son on.
Oh, I know. That's what I will never have my dad on.
I think we should.
That was when they had the little tents. They didn't have the big trailers and stuff for all the shirts and merchandise. You just went through one tent, and every kind of merchandise you could think of was underneath those tents, and you could find old stuff and new stuff, and it was fun. It was kind of an adventure to go through those things.
Was that Darlington we were talking about when we went to Darlington?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounded like a fucking dump truck.
Yeah. So I asked Fred what he thought about Darlington. Rick, what do you think about Darlington for next week?
I like Darlington for the most part. It's in my experience, it's a track that you can get very much in trouble.
Oh yeah.
If you start racing other drivers, you have to race the track. Like, you have to race the track. And if you get caught up in a battle with somebody and you forget that you're racing the track, then it will bite you real fast. And all of a sudden, I mean, I think they turned it around now. So like the used to be turn 1 and 2 is now like 3 and 4, I think. So like coming out of 3 and 4, you can get loose if you get on it too quick, and if you don't hit 1 and 2 just the right way, you lose a lot of speed going on the backstretch. So I mean,
or you get that
you just really have
stripe.
to. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you really have to be careful, and you have to really race. You have to almost take any competitiveness with other drivers out of the scenario and just race the track and try to, get around it as quickly as you can, and just remember that's who you're racing is the track.
Oh yeah.
Rick's gonna hit the wall and go, "Is this gonna give me diarrhea?"
I've done pretty well at Darlington in the past. I think I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure I've done pretty well there.
And that was thunder, by the way. We're getting a big storm rolling in. Just started pouring out.
We'll get Amanda's thoughts and we'll get out of here.
What are we talking about?
Darlington.
I don't remember if I do well or not there.
2 different corners.
Yeah, I look forward to a track like that more than I do like Gateway or Milwaukee or something. So it's one of those
it's
okay.
It's kind of like Gateway.
I don't know. I just whether it's mental or not going into it.
You don't have to shift at this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift.
You do have a sharper corner though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I don't think I tag the wall that often there, so it doesn't really stress me out ahead of time. But we'll see.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Darlington, so we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully I can keep this top 10 streak going, get ahead of that number 76.
No.
Get a nice little cushion.
I was going to ask you a question, Corey.
Yes, sir.
What track are you looking forward to left on the schedule? Like, what's the track that's left on the schedule?
Regular season?
We'll do regular season and we'll do playoffs. Which track do you think you're going to do the best at for both of them?
Auto Club. The Auto Club, and then I mean, love me some Talladega. And then I'm actually pretty good at the Roval for some reason.
Okay.
But
yes, the Roval scares me.
Yeah, I just gave him the
After
look.
turn 1.
What are you talking about? I was running second to Gruenberg that one. I just send it. Sometimes I send it too much in turn 1.
Said Voldemort's name.
Then Dalton did the same thing the next year. So yeah.
So Miller or somebody, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Auto Club, but I don't know with this new setups they have. I loved Auto Club with the Open, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it. We ran it in Cyber Thunder, I think, for the All-Star race or at the end of the season or something after they already changed it, and all the thing's so fucking tight there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about? Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to Twin Ring a lot, and I like Auto Club too. But yeah, I think Auto Club. I think Twin Ring is in the playoffs, though, right? Auto Club's like the last race of the regular season.
Yep, Auto Club's the cutoff race. We got Darlington, Charlotte. Then we take our All-Star break. And Auto Club.
Yeah, I think Auto Club for regular season, and like I said, I really am looking forward to Twin Ring. That was the last time I felt like I had I think last year we ran it in the Parker cars.
Yeah,
and I felt like I really had a shot, like at like challenging for the win on that one. So like Mark should pick me for that one, not Chris Berg. Just saying.
Maybe Tanner TBB will steal you for that one.
Maybe.
So I'm going to throw it in BPL announcements, but Darlington will be a free butt kicker race. So we'll do the wheel spin at the end of Darlington on the broadcast, finishing positions, and you have to finish the race, be in the session at the end of it when checker goes out, and we'll do a butt kicker spin.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so we are going to be back next Monday. Thank you again, Fred and Rick, for joining us. It's been awesome. Getting the camera, that's awesome. Yeah, Rick got you all set up for the camera. We went long tonight, too, because we were just having great conversations. You guys got to come back on again. We had a great time.
Next time, bring baby pictures so you can hold them up.
Yeah, we need more stories from Fred about Rick. And it was actually funny. Me and Amanda were sitting here, and I had Discord open. we saw you guys in the Shop Talk thing. Like, you must have been working on the videos and all that. So then I started playing like a little scenario, like talking it out in my head, like what was going on. I was like, oh, I bet Fred calls him Ricky. Hey, Ricky, why aren't they in here? It's 6:30. Dude, it starts at 7:30. What are you talking about, Ricky?
He's so
I've
stupid.
never called him Ricky.
Oh, in my head, I wanted you to call him Ricky so bad.
Do you have a nickname, like a kid
Yeah.
name or anything?
When I was little, they called me Freddie, but I just took Fred, and he was Rick. My mother immediately wanted to call him Ricky, and I said,
Yeah.
"No, he's not. He's not going to be Ricky. He's going to be Rick." So
That's
that's
a
what it's
man.
always been.
Rick is a man.
Well, both of our name is Frederick, so I'm a junior. And so both of our names is Frederick, so they took it basically and cut it in half.
Yeah.
But he took Fred and I took Rick, and that's
Aw.
Cut it in half. You take one half, I'll take the other.
yeah, basically.
Well, thanks again, guys, for being here. Awesome show.
We've had fun.
Yeah, thanks for having
It's
us.
fun.
Chris, thanks for joining us. I know you're beat. You got a lot of shit going on. You got a
thank
strong
you.
hand going on. Show everybody your strong hand. Yeah, Chris almost
Strong
lost his
hand.
finger.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, he's
The picture was really gross.
yeah. He decided to send us the picture of it. It wasn't.
I asked if you wanted to see before I sent it.
I don't think anybody said yes.
What exactly? It was a 40-ton plate or something? What the heck was it?
400-pound steel
Or
plate.
we said it was like 40-ton.
That would be a lot.
Yeah,
But still, like, it just squished
I'll
it.
tell you
and-
what.
eh.
400.
Chris, I
400
made
pounds
you
was
out like a
enough.
hero that you picked it up and pulled your finger out.
I slid it out from underneath because I had a glove on. It was the stuff came out of the end of the finger, so I had to push the stuff back into the finger. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to hear anymore.
The picture, Rick. Oh, so gross.
You want to see a picture, Rick?
Yeah, I've sent it to you. Check your DMs.
Please don't.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Tune in TSP this Sunday. We're going to be racing at Darlington Throwback Weekend, so get your throwback paints out there. Send them into Amanda. Maybe she'll showcase them on the Facebook page, all you drivers. Till next time, we'll see you. I'm going to tagline.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again, everybody.
Tagline here.
Yeah, tagline
everyone.
here. Hill long and always putt from the rough.